Hi, this is Margie Drube, the Drube team from Five Cities Homes. We're here today with Sharon Nevitt of Pacific Coast Mortgage Group. I've got to tell you, I've worked with Sharon a long time. Both of us were in kindergarten when we met, so we've known each other a long time.
20 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we were in kindergarten. I trust Sharon to close a loan. I used to be a lender with her, and I know that when I send my clients to her as a realtor, that our deal's going to close. We're going to close, and it's going to be fine. So that's why I love Sharon. So I want to welcome Sharon. And Sharon, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and just let us know what's going on.
Okay, well, I'm Sharon Nevitt, and I have been doing this a long time. Got my license when I was around 21 years old, sold a little bit, and then got into lending because I fit better in lending. I always had a interest in how we made the mortgages work versus actually selling the homes. I always loved all things real estate anyway. I loved seeing homes and everything about them. So I started early on and got into lending, and then eventually worked at a company where I met Margie. And then I went on my own and opened my own company for a while, got my broker's license, went on my own, and then also sold a little bit of real estate. And now I have my company in the village of Arroyo Grande.
Yay!
Flash forward 20 years.
Fast forward 20 years. It was a fast 20 years too, a really fast 20 years.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, we raised our kids. They got all older and turned into adults and right in front of us.
Mine works with me, yours works with you.
I know, we're so cute together. So tell us a little bit about what's working for you guys during this whole COVID-19 thing.
Okay, well, at first, we basically were told in a day to go home in our office. It's almost like we all remember where we were at when we were told, oh my gosh, we're going home tomorrow by 5. So we went home, and in the beginning, it was just a bit of a scramble. But then we learned quickly that social media was huge. It ramped up huge. You had to be present. You had to be seen by agents or you by clients every day somehow, because as agents, we're so, we love to be around people. We are ADD. We want to be out there. So that picked up early on. And I think that was really big for our business as far as staying present, staying out there and giving information, even if it was bad. We had to put it out there and say where we were at because no one knew what we were doing. So because you couldn't go show a home, you couldn't walk into a home, they took the flyer boxes down. So if it wasn't for social media, we didn't know what was happening. So we just became little marketers in our rooms at home.
Yeah.
And so that's how we had to do it. Our pricing got crazy. We lost a lot of business because we couldn't do the loans. And the news was telling people not to make their house payment. We knew they couldn't get a loan if they didn't make a house payment. So it was just the right hand wasn't talking to the left. So we just tried to stay informative in the middle all the time.
Perfect. And you said something that's important, the way I always work. You have to tell the truth, even if it's not fun, even if it's not sexy, even if it's not happy. Sometimes you have to tell the truth. We love fun, sexy truth, but sometimes you just have to know the facts or you cannot move forward. You just have to know the rules of the game so you can play it out. So tell us, how are you still serving the community besides just making sure people's loans close out there? How are you guys serving the community?
Well, we stayed, okay, so if you mean as far as we as our office always like to help in the community. So we have a couple passions in here, and we, if the only place I could see stuff was online. So that's a good question because we just did the homeless shelter had the big drive-through, which was such a massive success, but it was a big drive-through dinner. So we contributed to that and did a lot of that stuff. We also, right in the middle of this, they had no place to shelter homeless. So in the very beginning, we contributed to tents. They needed tents because they had to separate people. So that was just something that our office picked up on because we saw it on social media. It was the only place we would see that kind of a need. And that just happened to be what touched us. I'm sure there's more that I'm not thinking about, but instantly that's what we did because we felt helpless. When you go home, you feel like it's not just all about you. And there were other people that didn't maybe have it as easy to go home. We had the luxury of going home and maybe having a home office anyway. There were some people that didn't even have a home and were trying to separate with people and afraid they were going to get sick.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's really great to know about you guys. I know that you guys are really involved, especially in the real estate community. You support the Women's Council and the Realtor Council. And I don't know, I know you guys stay out there, but that's really interesting to know that you guys are really helping out with the homeless, because that is it's kind of terrifying to know that
for sure.
so little, and here we are sitting in our little cozy life, and I'm glad to hear that. So tell us what the community can do to help you at Pacific Coast Mortgage Group. What can we do to help you?
Well, we're missing a lot of face-to-face. So just the other day, we were saying how we sort of, we frown on internet lenders because we don't want, we think that if it's an internet lender, there's no real, you have no horse in the race because you may never hear from those people again. And so they don't really baby their clients or anything because they're not going to get that realtor again or the client again. So here I realized our face-to-face was causing us to be no different from an internet lender in our client's eyes, as if we didn't care. So I'm starting to be proactive in, if our clients or agents or anyone is comfortable, to stop in our office just to say hello so we can have a little face-to-face. And it's okay if you wear a mask, you don't wear a mask. We don't get a lot of people in here, so it's pretty isolated, but we are in the village of Arroyo Grande. So we started that dialogue actually this week. If you're comfortable, please stop in, say hello, even if it's just a quick drop off or anything, so that we can be connected again versus just having everything be so sterile, which is a perfect word for this.
It is.
Because it became super sterile.
It needed to be, and that's the thing, is it really needed to be, because we're all at risk of spreading this stupid virus. But it's exhausting. It really is exhausting trying to live in this sterile world. Tell us something about you, or that people don't know, that people might not know.
Okay, so repeat that question. I'm sorry, it looked like it froze a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Tell us something about you that people may not know.
Oh my gosh, about me? Okay, so just in this little environment, I mean, I have a bunch of fun facts about me, but in this little environment, when I first went home, my daughter also moved home, who's 24, because she didn't want to be alone in San Luis. So she moved home as well. So our first couple weeks, we licked our wounds and were a little bit antisocial and just a little bit scared. And then after that, we started running every day. So now we're super competitive. We're back in the office and we're pretty much running every day and tracking it. And if one of us misses it, we actually run shame each other because we've become so competitive. So that's something that we picked up on, and some agents have as well, because I'll see online that you can join their clubs and there's challenges going on. So we did start that challenge of running every day, and we connected on apps on our phones with other people, so they know if we ran or didn't run, so they too can help run shame us.
Yeah, I saw that you're running every day. I see your little track around the village. Good for you. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, that's excellent. So, okay, what advice would you give people watching this video now? I know one thing I would like to suggest. What about forbearance?
So forbearance is scary because people who did not make their payment, they have to show a 12-month history now of making their payment. So if you had multiple properties and you put them on hold with the existing lender, they're fine. But if they try to refinance or buy another piece of property, they're going to have to wait 12 months before they can do that. Now, rules change every day. So that doesn't mean 6 months from now, banks won't realize what a disaster that is and change that guideline. So guidelines in this were very fluid. We could get a guideline in the morning, and if Gavin Newsom changed his dialogue by afternoon, we could have that guideline changed the following day. So it has been live, which is really, really nice. We're not waiting for bureaucracy, and it doesn't take months to kick in, but guidelines are changing every day. So the good news is we have super low rates right now. Rates stayed really low to keep the economy in a good place. And we're still able to refinance, and purchases are excellent right now. So loans are excellent as long as you made your house payment.
Okay.
So that's, yeah. And a lot of people are qualifying. If you still have a job, you're qualifying. We can't do a loan if you're still on unemployment, but a lot of people are back to work.
Great. Well, thank you, Sharon Nevitt from Pacific Coast Mortgage Group, for being with me today. We're here talking about what the community is doing, and especially local community. The world is all around us, but I really appreciate you taking time to be with me today. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you.